Hey, this is Dr. Green with Momenta Chiropractic, and today we're going to try a wall-assisted shoulder flexion exercise that's passive. And so if you're in the process of regaining shoulder mobility and it's difficult to actively get into shoulder flexion, meaning arm overhead, but we can do it passively, this is a great way to kind of start working on it. So what we're going to do is we're going to stand about an arm's length away from the wall. Feet are going to go about hip width apart. We're going to have our fingers on the wall here, but we're going to see if we can kind of keep our shoulders nice and relaxed. Okay, so the thing that kind of keeps our arms up is just kind of placing the fingers on the wall. Everything else should stay nice and relaxed. We're going to kind of allow the elbows to extend, and then rather than kind of like using our shoulders, we're just going to let our hips do the work. So shoulders stay nice and relaxed, elbows stay extended, and I'm just going to allow my hips to sit back to kind of move my body so that my arms go overhead, okay? So I can just work into this position, slowly letting my hips sit back, getting comfortable in that overhead position, and allowing it to come back. So the difference is, right, as I'm moving my body, I don't have to use those muscles to be able to kind of pull my arms overhead. I can just achieve it by shifting my hips back a bit, okay? If that's comfortable, what we're going to do is kind of move on to a little bit of an activation at the end of that movement. So what we're looking for is to be able to get overhead and kind of push through the serratus anterior, that muscle underneath the shoulder blade, to see if we can kind of push ourselves away from the wall a bit, just to kind of start turning those muscles on in an overhead position. So we're going to sit our hips back, keep the elbows extended, and then put a little bit of pressure into the wall to almost reach overhead, making sure that that motion is coming from the lower shoulder blade and not pinching too much on the upper part here, okay? So one more time. We're gonna passively or relaxed, just sit hips back to get into that overhead position, and then we're gonna kind of push ourselves away from the wall a bit, reaching and making sure to feel that kind of right through the bottom of the shoulder blade. Another key for this one, in order to do it properly, is to make sure the head's in the right position. So a little bit of a chin tuck, neck stays nice and straight, and then push, okay? So really, really good option, especially for being able to regain shoulder mobility in an overhead position and slowly kind of work back to some loaded positions. So hope that's helpful. If you got questions, let us know.